Surya, can you please check? Yes.
Great. Thank you, team, for setting it up. And good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be with you. And I am Manjula, your host today. And warm welcome from Her Second Innings and the Next Innings community. We are so excited to have you all here and a powerful session on breaking into one of the most in demand fields in the world today, artificial intelligence. Whether you're a professional or you're in a break and looking for a new career, or even a student, whoever you are, this topic is a futuristic topic for some more years to hold us to figure it out what we want to do in the AI space. So this is your first confident building steps where we are honored to bring Kavita Sharma, a manager of engineering at JP Morgan Chase. Kavita leads a cutting edge engineering team at one of the world's most respected financial institutions. With deep expertise in AI and a heart for mentoring a talent, she brings a rare blend of industry insight, technical knowledge, and leadership wisdom. Kavita, thank you so much for being with us today. It is our pleasure to have a conversation with you. So before giving it to Kavita, let me just give you a little brief about what are we going to do today. So today we are just going to talk about AI in four different ways for you to get the hang of it, what we are talking about. The first is just going to be about what is the career all about and where are we heading towards and what kind of a skill career advancement we can just do about it. We are going to do that. And second is a topic where everybody wants to know, how do I crack the interview? What should I do? And if I am changing my career, what kind of a project, what kind of insight I should have to crack the interview? We are going to talk about that. And third is, if you are continuously in this space, how do you grow? What kind of a transition you can look into that? What kind of a leadership journey? What Kavita has just seen, just to give you that insight and take it forward. Along with that, the fourth section is going to be your Q&A section. Any question, feel free to just ask us. We are more than happy to assist you. With this, I would like to bring Kavita to just share her journey with us, how she has become a AI expert and what is her journey, how she navigated when she started. There is nothing called AI. Today, she is just handling the data and AI. So, Kavita, we would like to know about your journey first. Inspire us. How did you come to this world? AI world.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Manjula. Thanks for having me. And hi, everyone. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. So, yeah, Manjula, thanks for this wonderful introduction. I never thought of having that for me. But yeah, so as Manjula told you that I work with JP Morgan. So I hold a 15 years of experience. And my major transition or the major career journey from big data to cloud to then AI. So if I just explain you like how I transitioned, so I joined when I joined very first company of mine was Huawei. So there I was working as a big data engineer. That's where I got an exposure on the big data Apache framework. How does HDFS, Hadoop, and the entire big data platform works, right? And then I transitioned my profile to the cloud because that time cloud was the hot technology and everybody wants to learn, right? So that's where I navigated or transitioned my career from along with big data. I would not say that I left big data. Along with big data, I transitioned to the cloud. That's where I got exposure on the AWS. So now I'm basically hands-on in the AWS cloud along with big data and now traversing to the AI. And then like after doing cloud for more than 3 or 5 years of a time, then this AI boom started. And that's where I started looking for those opportunities. So that's where I did a very short course of a 14 weeks of a short course with IIT Kharagpur, where I got to understand the ML concepts, what is machine learning, what are the different algorithms we are using it, and how the AI trend is emerging, what are things in the AI, what is the deep learning, natural language processing, and all these stuffs I learned, and now I'm implementing that in Chase. So I would say that uh, the biggest learning from my career, I would say, one is continuous learning. Never be scared about learning new technology. I know you would have like, I'm having a career break. How should I start? So with my each and every Okay, let me take a step back and tell you. I have switched 5 companies in 15 years. Okay. So every switch was again a restart for me because I was changing the profile and the way the technologies were emerging and the demands in the market, it was changing rapidly. So almost like when I used to prepare for the interviews, right, it was almost like a scratch. So never be scared of learning. uh, Probably I'll give from my experience what all insights I can give you, but there is lot more in the AI domain which we should be exploring, continuous exploring. And yeah, and embrace the change. Don't think of, okay, I'm starting after a career break or I'm switching my profile from one domain to another. Just embrace the change. It is always good and it will keep up you with the latest market trends and have a very good network. That's what I would emphasize more on, that a lot of my jobs I landed with my good networking. Like I made a good connections and we have to invest on those. So sometime we should be helpful and sometime we should also get help. So that's where I would say those are the 3 key takeaways from my side and my career journey, that networking, change, continuous learning is something we should emphasize on. And how I transition into the AI part is that because I was working in big data, I was handling this cloud projects, all the migration. Right now, the currently in the industry, all migration projects been happening, right? So I was doing that, and that's where like everywhere the boom was AI. There is chat GPT is launched and everything, right? So that's where I got curious and I started learning, enrolled myself in one course, got certification. I was so enthusiastic in learning the AI that I scored 95% and above, and then I was rewarded as a certificate of merit in IIT Kharagpur. So my only emphasis on keep learning. It will always motivate, and try to upskill yourself, irrespective of a break or without a break. Even though if you are in a company for a longer time, don't hesitate to learn and change. Yeah, Manju.
Yes, awesome. Lot of pointers, right? And we spoke earlier also. Networking was one of your favorite way of moving. So every 3 year, if you are just moving and you're getting an opportunity, not just applying, it's a network comes and helps.
Yes.
I'm just going to come back and then talk about it in a bigger way because that's something where we have to keep emphasizing. Shamelessly go and just speak to people. You cannot, being a tech, you cannot decide and sit in a corner, I'll do the coding, rest of the world is going to happen because of the coding. That's only one part of the story. But before I jump into that topic, Kavita, so you were in the sweet spot of a big data, cloud, etc. So transitioning was a little easy task, I would say, because one to another is navigation was a quite easy. Now I'm going to pull you up and ask if there are students wants to get into the AI exploration journey, or a professional who are on break wanted to do with it, and people who are not in the stream where they are neither of a big data, cloud, or AI part of exposed, but have an aspiration because AI seems to be going to be a next few years we are going to see that wave. I wanted to make use of that wave. How do I build my profile and push myself to navigate that journey? Help us out.
Yeah. So yeah, Manjula. So the question which you have asked, it has 2 segments. So one, the people who are like more of a code savvy, or the people who are transitioning from different non-coding domains and they wanted to make an impact in the AI with, or may they wanted to transit their career into the AI part, right? So let me first talk about from the tech savvy or the coding point of view. So for AI, the very core skills, what I would say that it has nothing to do you being an experience or you being a fresh or you being from a different one. So first foremost is the mathematics, is the foundation for AI. What I'm saying in the mathematics, like a probability, linear algebra, all these things plays very important part for the people who wants to go into the coding line of AI ML. So first let me cover that. So the core skills are mathematics. Then we should be good in programming. So programming, as in like I'm saying Python. Python is widely used. So the emphasis more is on Python. If you know R, well and good, but Python is a mandatory kind of a thing, then we should understand like how the data engineering works, how we handle the data before even going into the AI aspect or the machine learning aspect of anything, right? We should understand how to handle the data, how to cleanse the data, because a lot of projects of machine learning or AI fails that the data was not handled properly. The data was not cleaned, or maybe the pre-processing of the data was not done correctly. So that we should be knowing it. And I would say like brush up all your machine learning concept, or if you have not been into this area, then learn machine learning concept, like what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning, what is reinforcement learning, and understand the deep learning concept like a generative AI, NLP. All these things we should understand. Once you understand, then only we'll be able to apply this. And I would say I'll come to the type of roles which are open there for the coding side, the people who wants to learn from the coding point of view. There are a lot of portals open where you can practice the AI projects of small mini projects. Or maybe if you are interested, go for the spam classifier kind of a chatbot creation. All these projects are available. And then you can just clone some Git repository, the public Git repository, and try to clone and make your enhancements into the code. So that will give you the more confidence. Okay, how if I'm able to make, like, if this particular thing is working for me and all. So that is one part. And like from the role side, if I have to say, the people who are looking for the tech part of the AI, like how the AI is being engineered, if I have to say so, right? So how for that part, we have an ML engineer, data scientist profiles. These are the two major profiles. ML engineer, so I'll go by the data science. So data science person is the person who understand the machine learning from the core. So they understand, they know the statistic, they know Python, they know machine learning, so that they can they can develop the models, the prediction models. And then we have an ML engineer who understand Python, understand machine learning, and helping in order to productionize the models, the AI ML models. So we have a two categories of that, where like our where we can look for the opportunities, I would say. Coming to the non-tech people who are transitioning, you don't need to worry, because you are bringing a wealth of your domain expertise. Whether you're coming from the healthcare, whether you're coming from the finance, any domain, because AI is nothing without the knowledge base. If we have that knowledge base, then your contribution will be immensely helpful in building, or maybe transitioning your profile as well as the projects you are going to work on. So for the non-tech part, or the people transitioning from different domain, because AI has impacted our life in each and every way. So I would not imagine that every other domain have to be impacted. So the biggest wealth from the non-tech domain is that the knowledge base, the domain knowledge. We should have a good command, because there are data scientists, there are ML engineers, but who will give them the insights, what needs to be developed, how it should be. Let's say I wanted to just do a spam classifier. For that, I should have the knowledge of a data, right? So the data and understanding of that domain. So that's where this domain expertise will play an important part. I would say you should know the concepts. You should know how does it work. How does it work, as in like, okay, what is machine learning, what is supervised learning, where I should go for supervised, not in detail of like what equation is there for supervised learning, what equation is there for the non-supervised learning, right? So I wanted to emphasize on that part, that you understand what are the different machine learning concept, different AI concepts, and even I would say like deep learning, how the deep learning works, how the model works from it from a high level, so that you understand. And then you study like how the different AI applications can be like implemented or can be adopted in your domain, the domain from which you are coming in, and have a good expertise on the visualization part. Because because for non-tech people, it will be more towards like a consulting or analyst kind of a job, where we are deriving the insights from by using the AI tools or with the data, right? So in that case, I would say for us to project, like, let's say if I just present the entire data in Excel, people would not like me, right? So everybody likes to see the data or the trends in a dashboard format, right? That is a more appealing format. So I would say have a good command on the visualization part. And if you and have some analytics skills like a statistic, because statistics has nothing to do with the coding. It is like if I give you the very basic, you would be able to mean, median, mode. We think it is very basic, but it plays a vital role, like a variance, how to calculate variance, what is the standard deviation. All these things are used, right? So I would say have a good analytic skills where you know how the statistics and how to use AI tools would be sufficient for anybody to transitioning into the AI/ML without having a prior experience. And if I have to say, so what kind of roles for them? Like, as I mentioned, AI analyst, where you understand how the machine learning model works, which model is being used, how it impact and all that. And then you have a visualization experience also by which you are bringing some trend and doing some prediction on like while curating on the data or while like transforming the data and bringing out some trends out of it. Then we have a AI project manager. So AI project manager is nothing but he's a bridge between business and the AI solutions. So his job or the AI, his or her job is like to align the AI solution in such a way that it fulfills the business needs. That is one part. Then there are AI consultants. So let's say if you don't want to go for the full-time one, there are consultant, freelancer, consultant available who are there to help companies to adopt the AI trends based on their needs. So there are ample of opportunities which are there. I would say it is nothing like if non-tech or a tech background, we have a lot of opportunities lying. And I hope, Manjula, I have answered some question. If not, then let me know because I have forgotten the questions now in that flow.
Wow. No, you covered actually a lot, right? And to summarize, there is no dearth of jobs in AI, and there is
Yes.
a amazing possibility if we can just plot together and then conquer it. We should be able to do that. That's the message you're giving it.
Yes.
The one of the good thing I liked about it is about have the understanding, go for a learning, whether you're working, not working, you wanted to get to that holds good for any new technology. Learning is our first bread and butter, I would say that. Then you get to know, envision based on your capability. Am I a tech person? Am I a business analyst person? Am I a project manager? You would be able to build your own version based on what you can just get out of it.
Yes.
Amazingly you articulated. So couple of questions is also popping up rather than waiting for the end, probably because some of them what you spoke is actually matching. I'll pick it up so that we would be making it engaging, right? So I'm
Sure.
just having two questions. I'll pick it up. One from the Deepik Shah, where I have 17 years of experience and verification in telecom domain, and I have interest in data science and AI ML. Want to understand what is the best way to leverage my domain expertise and move towards the data science, what we are talking about, which you were actually talking about it. When you have your domain knowledge, without domain knowledge, AI is nothing. That's what you said about it, right?
Yes.
So this is the classic case to correlate your version with this. Give me a little more input for her to get starting on the way.
Okay. So you have asked like you wanted to transition into the data science domain. So you have two opportunities, like what I explained. Data science domain, we understand where we have to understand from the details how the machine learning or the how the AI, everything is working. And you have to understand. So you know you understand the telecom domain. So when I was working with KPMG, I was also part of a telecom domain where I worked. So we understand how the calls goes, right? How the calls being recorded, how the revenue is being generated, how the reconciliation of the calls happens, right? So that with that domain knowledge, first we can build the prediction models, which say like the basic one is a churn analysis. You will assess the trend of 3 months of the call record data, and you will try to understand okay how that whether this customer is going to maybe churn out or this customer will stay or probably with the trend, like I'll not go into the detail, like if they are making a lot of calls, they're using a lot of internet over our network, right? So they will stay, probably we should give some good offers. So that's where you can transition into the data science domain where you would be building the prediction models on telecom Telecom is widely, it's a bigger domain, if I have to say so. Like after healthcare, we have our telecom, because we will never be off our mobiles, right? So that detail is pretty much required. Second thing I will say, if you are not so tech savvy or not so much into the coding, like if your inclination is not towards coding, you can also go for a prompt engineering part. Prompt engineering, like where you will use your expertise to creating the prompt. So we know, right? Writing a prompt is an art. So so you can go for the prompt engineer, where you will use expertise and then pass that information to LLM and get the insights. So those are also like the prompt engineer is also trending like anything, because the demand of prompt engineer is too much. So because for that, you don't need to study like how this particular algorithm is working, what is the equation behind, what is the mathematical rationale behind it. So there you will guiding the large language model, saying that you have to do this. This is what I'm asking. You should not go beyond this. You have to handle this particular case or the errors in such a way. So you would be like, your knowledge will be immensely helpful in building the prompt engineering. But yeah, as you mentioned, you wanted to transit for the data science. I would say that the topics which I have just discussed, right? Machine learning, mathematics is the core and heart and soul, I would say, for transitioning to the data science. And statistic is the more important, because in data science, we are going to deal with the prediction models majorly. So that's where we would need to have a data science statistic background also. And I would say, like, all of us has studied statistic in our high school time. So you should not be thinking that, okay, I don't know, maybe I have to start from the scratch. No, mean, median, mode, everybody knows. So don't worry. Statistic is a very, I would say, a very exciting subject. You will, because you can relate with real world, right? So you will be like, you will be so excited to learn statistics. So that's what I would say. Let me know if I have not covered anything of yours, or you wanted specifically to ask something.
You covered it, and finally we are just keep getting it. What you learned in your school, it's also coming back to help us out. So it is not just that the subject which we hate and we just studied and took a mark. It's also application oriented.
Yes.
That, but one more input for Deepiksha, since we are here about transitioning the career into a data science or AI. One thing, Kavita was giving you a very good insights about that. In telecom, it is a vast data. It's a volume of data. You just take one customer can have thousands of records, right? From your SMS to your call records to anything, right? Getting that analysis of who's that customer profiling, whether are they just enjoying their video or they are just only staying with their only the WhatsApp and internet, a regular part of it, that gives you the good way of fine tuning. So if you're transitioning to the career, taking up these gig projects for a self-exploratory. Forget about
Yes.
anything. Self-exploratory to talk about this to your interviewers, or even you can talk this as a subject in your community and talk about it as even to talk about with your professional. You know what? In the millions of records, this is what we have just done. This kind of analysis and the project, and it gives the insights. Take it to your CIO or your group heads over there. They would be blown away. And that is a door opening where they will get to know, oh wow, so next project comes, you would be the hot pick over there to just pick up and then lead it over there. Very good insights, Kavita, and thanks for sharing that. So in the similar role, I think we have just answered, but then the other question is also on the similar line. Let's pick it up before I jump into that. This kind of question, we'll just finish it off. One, Ananya is talking about, I have 9+ years of experience in IT software engineer tech lead role. And now I'm coming back from 6 years of career gap. I have already completed PGP in AI and ML also. The challenge I'm facing is companies are looking for fresh talent for junior roles, and senior roles need certain experience, which comes only with working on proper data science, AI, ML projects in an industry setting. Any suggestion on how to overcome this problem? It's a standard question, but I allow you to just play this and then I'll follow it up with you. Go ahead, Kavita.
So I forgot the name. What's her name?
Ananya.
Ananya. Okay. So hi, Ananya. So my suggestion would be that nobody will penalize us for the career gap which we have. They will look for the skill set, whether we are at par of those skill sets. So let's say if you are applying for your maybe like a 10 years or for 9 years experience profile, right? So we have to be at par of your our skills. So now since you have taken a break, right? So what I would suggest, like you can go for the public sites where you can have those mini projects built on, so that you will have an experience, you will have an hands-on experience. So there are few sites, and then you can go for the AI system design, because now people are looking, like now the coding has taken little backseat, I would say that. Now it is more of a design or more of an architecture understanding. So there are a lot of sites, like there are a lot of mock interviewing sites. There are a lot of sites, like probably I can share some of the links where like we can go for the AI system design in questions. And there is something like interviewing.io, and then Pram. These are the sites like where you can prepare for the interviews, mock interviews, and have an understanding of how the ML model, machine learning model deployment works, so that you'll be able to relate and you'll be able to answer them. And I would say don't worry about the gap. It has nothing to do, because I'll tell you, you have one added advantage. So let's say if I am in the market and I'm saying I'm open for a work, right? I will take minimum 2 months to join that company, right? But you would be an immediate joiner there, right? So everybody wants an immediate joiner. Only thing is like we have to brush up and just remove that guilt, or remove that thought process of that I am coming out of a break. Nothing. You were not sitting idle. You were doing something great, which you always liked and loved, right? Just brush up your skills. What I mentioned, machine learning concept, coding wise, and all that, and heavily utilize these portals like Lead Code, Hackathon, all these, right? Solve the problems there. You will have more understanding. You will have even more, greater understanding than working on the real project, because in real project you work on some smaller subset of a project, right? In this, with a small project, you will understand the entire life cycle. How does that it work? And I'm sure you will land up, and I wish you a best of luck.
Thank you so much. So probably this has been Ananya, right? Ananya was asking the question. Ananya, just to give you that, we have a Gen AI rules hiring is happening, and women on break are welcome. So go ahead and then apply, and you would be able to get. That's point number one. The second one is again, do a project. Don't hesitate whether you any project. So it is in fact a couple of other sessions. Feel free to attend our community session. Like Kavita, you would be finding other companies who comes and then talks about it. Involved in those discussion and connect and do the networking. Networking is a big topic. I have to talk to Kavita about it, and she's going to reveal the secrets of how she's landing every 3 year one job. So networking platform like us to use, and like as Kavita was talking about LeetCode, Hackathon, participate and put your certificate, put your testimonial, what you have just done about it. These are all the ways, whether you're working or on a break, it is essential to showcase these parameters. It doesn't matter. And most likely, if you're in a break, you need that kind of segue to just move forward. Portals like us, platform like us would be the booster for you to hold and do that. Our mentoring event is coming up on, I think, August 8th. Our team have just planned for an event. We are having a exclusive track is happening for AI as well. So join us, and we are all here together to hold each of you and bring you to the limelight what you are aspiring for. Thanks for checking about it. Right. So there's other question. I think I probably would like to skip, but then I'll just walk through that. I am from the, wait a minute, I have a 13 years of cross-functional experience with over 5 years in project management. I would like to transition to non-tech AI project management role. What kind of courses I should pick up and brush myself? Would you like to point something which you have it handy, Kavita?
So I think, Manjula, I have shared some resources, but I can specifically share some resources because what you are mentioning is like more aligned towards the AI project manager. So where you understand the AI, but not from the very depth or from the technical point vision of it. But I think the AI project manager would be really good profile here. But yeah, feel free to explore. I would share the resources.
All the resources, whatever Kavita would be sharing, would be there in the link here after her session. Please go ahead and put it over there. As we said, you come to our portal, you will find, well, people like Kavita. Would last week, we had a discussion from Infosys data analytics head was just talking about the interview preparation. What kind of a project she is expecting when you are talking about I did a LLM. It's not the keyword. You should be talking about what is that you have just done an LLM and how did you derive the result? Was it added value or there is a learning or whether it has went for implementation? You failed. If you failed, they wanted to talk about that so that you are able to apply that. So that's the way we have just done about it. Please just connect and take the resources from there. Okay, right? So that's a good segue and good to see a lot of engagement is happening in the session. So, Kavita, the networking, because I really don't want to miss that topic of it, which I feel now most of the women are getting it. Not that we are earlier time where we are shying away for networking, but then most of the time we don't do maximize that effect of it. Tell me about your networking strategy, how it helps your career transition. I don't want to miss. I enjoyed you knowing about that. I want our audience also should know about it. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks, Manjula. So I'll tell you about, like, I was also in the similar line that if I'm very good or I'm like really good in my coding or doing what I do, right? Like, why do even I need to focus on the networking? But yes, so when I started with Huawei, right? So it was a very like I was part of their R&D team and all that. And then because of my like I was getting married and I have to switch the company. That's where I actually opted KPMG. And KPMG is out of one of the big four company where they put so much emphasis on networking. That time, like, we were a very small core team of a technical people, and I remember my mentors, like our partner Prashant Gaddi. So he used to emphasize a lot of on that part that you guys have to build a network. And we used to think like, why do we need to? We are a technical people, right? That's how the service industry or the tech industry people think, right? So then slowly, eventually it has already came in, like, because the programs which KPMG and Deloitte used to have, right? So all were like in that lines, like, why customer first? Then we used to interact with different team people. Maybe we are working with the senior directors. They used to help us and guide us. Okay, you have to do. So I would say, don't afraid to be failing. Okay, if these things are not working, it's okay. I would learn something out of it. That's what is my philosophy been throughout my career journey. Then from KPMG, then I moved to Deloitte, and Deloitte also I built. After that, I realized that networking is really important, and that's where, like, if I do something, I have built a small project. Then what I used to do, I used to showcase it to the different people, and then I used to ask them, okay, should I present it to somebody else, or maybe they would be needing it and all that. So that's how I started building that network. So don't shy away, as Manjula is saying, right? Don't shy away even this much of something which you have built, right, to showcase, because we never know, this would be really important for somebody else. Maybe they were struggling on that part only, right? So don't shy away, showcase, and be confident. Don't think that, okay, whatever I have built, don't be underconfident, I should say that. Don't be underconfident. What you have built, it will always have a value. If it fly off, it's good. If it not, you will learn. Let's say if you go to somebody and you say that, okay, see, I have built this, they will give you three more input and say, okay, no, we need this also. Then you understand the wider picture. Okay, no, this is also is something people are looking. Let me work on that, refine it, and go back to them. So that's how, like, I was able to build. And then from Deloitte, actually, I knew few people who left Deloitte and moved to different companies, and that's where they called me and said, would you like to join us? And I was like, I want to be technical. That was my now I was telling same thing to Manjula. Now it was so naive of me saying that part. Now, so they said no. Yeah, it's a good learning. You will learn AWS. You will learn AWS cloud. You will have exposure to all the services and all that. And that's what excited me. And never be scared on taking risk. Sometimes it flies, even in our normal life also, right? In personal life also, we take a lot of risk. A lot of time we have choices, right? So that's what. Don't hesitate to showcase your work to everybody. Some people will like it, some people will not like it. People will think, okay, you can do this. Let's say you are presenting some small project in Java. So now 10 people will get to know that you know Java. So if they will have any requirement on Java, they will come back to you. That's how, like, I was so interested in AWS. That's why that person called me and said that we have a opening. Would you like to join us? So that's where I landed up and there. And then eventually for AWS cloud migration journey, I was hired in JP Morgan. So when I joined my team, I was the first person who was hired for migration, and I have helped the team in order to migrate their on-prem jobs into the cloud. So I would say, don't hesitate, talk to people, maybe book some time on Friday to just chit chat and understand what everybody is doing, how things are panning out, what you are doing and what they are doing. Express your thoughts. What do you think? So networking is important. You have to invest little time on that. If you are not able to do throughout your 4 days of working 4 days, you can put some time, allocate some time on fifth day, which is Friday. Have a networking 1 hour chit chat with them. Block your calendars, have a connect with random people, not random people, I would not say, like the people whom you think or you know that, okay, these maybe some architect, some project manager, maybe try to connect the women in your circle and understand what they are doing so that you would know. So let's say in case you wanted to change your team or something, right? Or maybe change your profile, you can like easily, happily go to them and ask them, is there any opportunity? And don't hesitate to ask, because we are in the world of AI. Whatever is there, right? Whatever flashes in front of our eyes is what we remember, because our span is very short, right? Like when we scroll Instagram, right? The reels which comes frequently is what we remember. So that's the basic mantra of networking. So how Manjula is saying it, we have to create our visibility. That's where people will remember us. That's how it is with, if you see some movies, right? The frequent, the actors who are doing a lot of movies, right? That's what we remember. Okay, this movie, that movie, and all that. So that's how we remember the faces, and that's how people would remember. And always when you talk, you present yourself gracefully and say that I have done this. This is what I own. This is what I have done. This is where I have contributed, so that they have a very good and strong impression of yours, so that they remember you. Because more confidently you talk, the good impression they will carry of yours.
Awesome. Actually, I'm happy, right? So more than me just repeating this, and it just comes from people like you, it's resonates and reiterate the need for networking. That is important. So one another point you were just talking about is frequently come, which is nothing but brand recalling, so that you're in their memories to just get to know, "Oh, I need something, I just know about it, I can call and then do about it," which is a very vital point of. But another one point probably I would like to add with Kavita, what we have just said, you also help generously with people.
Yes.
You give what we get. I believe in that. So what you give, what we get, right? So just to give you this session itself, we didn't even know Kavita, honestly. When we were just talking to Vidya about, hey, Vidya, can you come for a session? She said, I know one another person who can done a very good job for AI, for your community. I will bring in. She just instantly connected, and that's how we got Kavita. So this is the kind of a thing, and especially a forum like us, when we have it, you have both the side of a story. You can be a mentor, you can be a mentee. That's the best gift you can get it for yourself. I know anything. I wanted to give it back, but I don't have a time. I can't do it. Become a mentor and then just hold any of the women to just come back. No, I am a mentee. I'm just looking for people like Kavita to get connected. Come over here. You're solving the problem. Right. So one is about creating your own network. Second is you have immense knowledge and power in your hand. Share. Sharing is caring. So which is beautifully just articulated by Kavita. Thanks, Kavita, for sharing that gem of the words to just bring us more vigor and opportunity for us to go forward, rather than sitting like you said, when I was in a tech, why should I go? No, tech people are the one who needs more, because rest of them anyway are talking.
Yes.
Tech people are the one where they think, oh, when I do the coding, I get everything. Nothing happens except a linear progression. What happened? And sometimes that linear progression also doesn't happen over the point of time. In the pyramid, once you just reach that position, you just get stagnated. So it is even more imperative for tech people to be active, to be just visible, to be help others so that you can grow better. Thanks for sharing it. That was a lovely one to just do that. All right. So the last question, probably I'll pick it up in the interest of time. Let just before I just ask your some of the pointers about her second innings. I'll just come back. Two questions, Kavita. One was about what kind of roles in JP Morgan for AI you will be just looking for. If somebody wants to come and work organization like JP Morgan, whether they are a veteran in the technology or they are looking for something to be working on JP Morgan, what is the kind of roles you would be looking for? That's one question. And another question somebody was asking, I just wanted to make sure I'm just addressing that as well. And yeah, so I have experience with 8 years in data analytics and everything, but no data science language being used, just preparing the dashboard. However, when I am just going for a project, I couldn't crack the interview because not in real sense what they are having, and I couldn't just have it. That's from Hira. So this two questions, let's just quickly get your insights, and I have a last few more questions to be just capturing your moments before you say hi bye to us. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so not from the JP Morgan side, any of the companies who are more towards the tech side of it, right? So I would say like the data science roles and the machine learning, ML engineer roles are widely there out there. Feel free, go and apply, as we have already discussed what needs to be covered for that. So that's one part of it. And then second question, you have asked like data visualization experience was
Yes,
there.
question
Yeah.
is here. You can also just look into that. She is part of it's doing some dashboard and etc. But still, she couldn't land into any of the interview to be cracked for a data science role part of it. Or what is that she's missing? She would like to understand more from you.
Yeah. So same thing. Hands-on on Python, a good understanding, good hands-on on the Python, learning the machine learning concepts and everything, and then understanding the neural network, deep learning, LLMs and all that. So that is would be good. And you have a visualization experience, so it would come really handy. You don't need to depend on any visualization person to articulate your thoughts or the insights which you are bringing, right? So I would say have an understanding, spare some time, learn all work on all these skills, and like practice the interview. And I think go for the design sessions also. There are a lot of design resource and the portals available, like AI design and all that. So you will have an understanding. You should have an overall understanding how the machine learning model works, what is the life cycle of it, and what are the design principles.
Great. So I'm just going to ask you the question, and probably I'm going to give you a minute for you to think, because this is not the question you are aware of it. I'm going to ask on the spot about this. We just want this today. Her second innings is a community of 2 lakh members. What we are talking about, and it doesn't happen anything by different aspect. It's a community who came and built. People like you were just doing the real work behind that. So I just wanted you to just inspire our community to invite more mentors and mentees to make it bigger. And since you've been part of it the first time, I wanted to hear from you. What do you think we should do, and how do you find our community? So one question, I'm going to give it to you, because as I said, it's not something I prepared you, and I'm just going to just ask you on the spot. Meanwhile, I'm just going to just take a few minutes to inform community for the upcoming program, so that a 1 minute prep time for you to just go forward. Just do that, right? So as I was just talking in the beginning, there is a mentor event is coming. Please join us on August 8th to be part of a mentor or mentee. We invite you because this community needs more people like Kavita to just come and join us, and then hold hand for our members to just figure it out. And there are a lot of interview prep sessions are going on. So if you're interested in knowing about any of the prep session, connect. That is a closed group session. You can be part of it. You would be connected with industry experts to prepare you for the interviews. Other than that, we have a series of session every month, which happens as a tech session where Kavita is holding like this, and we do have a HR session. 24th, we are bringing Deepa Call from Epsilon. She's a senior TA lead who is going to talk about how to crack your softer side of an interview. Once you finish your L1, L2, she's going to come and crack about it. Join us. And other than that, a session which is close to my heart is when women just comes and says, I have a job, and their husband calls, my wife is working. That is out of the world for us. So that kind of a session I was longing for, probably close to a 10 plus year. One man can come and inspire us. I was waiting. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. This 17th, that moment is going to happen. So one of the man agreed, Manla, I'll come and talk about it on your platform. So I'm just excited to invite all of you. I'll just keep you posted about it. Now I'll just go back to Kavita to just get to know about her views of how do we inspire as a community together, and her words to just inspire others to do more for the community. Over to you, Kavita.
Yeah, thank you, Manjula. So my experience, I feel privileged, empowered, and like a understanding of like I would say gratitude towards this platform. Because as you mentioned, right, like Vidya helped me. So Vidya is my senior AD, and she is also like a very tech savvy person, and she is like she live, breathe the technology. So she just told me like, are you free on this date? And so, and I said yes, what I should be doing, and she informed me. So this is my first platform speaking, I have to tell you, and I was little nervous, but you made me comfortable, and I hope that I was able to give some insights, and people were able to relate with me, and they got something. There are some takeaway from my side, and I'm really happy that I'm able to talk on the AI, because AI is something, right? Everybody is talking. So there is a saying, right? Everybody is talking, but nobody know how does that work. So I think we are in a process of breaking that part, that breaking down that churn, so that we understand that how AI is working, how it is helping us. Even though if you are not looking for a job, or if you are looking for a job, then also AI is impacting you. So please keep your learning hats open. Always strive to learn new things. In real life, you do. How you learn new recipes for your kids, right? Similar way, it is yet another thing. And you will be astonished when you understand how it is happening. With the very simple things, the big LLM, Chat GPT, and all these things came up, right? It started. So the basics are always important. Work on your basics. It will take you a long way. And I'm so happy, Manjula. I was able to speak in this forum, and it has also mileaged my visibility. Now in my company also, people were asking, you are a speaker for one of the forum, right? I said, yeah. Then I was explaining them that there is a platform called Her Second Inning, where like they help people who had these gaps, right? Motivate them to come and then find the suitable jobs, and like there are more motivation sessions. There are really a technical session, because generally the platform where I have heard is like it's majorly about like motivation, that you have to come back to work, but nobody really talks about like what they need to prepare to come back, right? So I feel like this platform has given that opportunity, and I'm so thankful for you, Manjula, that we were able to pull this off, and I hope people would have enjoyed it. And fingers crossed, you will have more sessions like that. And now Men is also coming. I would also be part of that session and understand their thought process, because in a women community, we always talk about women and we understand our thought process. We all are in sync, but how the other gender thinks, right? That is a very, very good insight.
Absolutely. You are awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. And we got enough input, and we continue to just cherish this relationship. As I keep saying, once people come to our platform, they stay, because that kind of a work, what we all doing, it's nothing to do from my end or from our team end alone. It's a teamwork as a community, just working towards that. We would be together with us, so that we are able to make us some small incremental change in the society to create more women leaders in this game. That's all we are doing about it. And the last question, I really don't want to disappoint Chaitra what she is just asking about it. There are a lot of layoffs are happening and the interviews are all not happening. What should I do about it? Probably before going to Kavita, I'll just give you a few pointers about it. The first mantra is upskill. There is no replacement for that. So if you need any upskilling, like Kavita was talking, you can go for open courses, free courses, or any courses you wanted to do. Please go ahead. If at all you're on a break, you want somebody to handhold, you wanted to do some programs, come to our platform also. Our platform coaches women who wanted to come back. Our platform assess and give you the scorecard. Where are you standing? Our platform upskill and give you. So our upskill also talks about your learning with the instructor and doing your capstone project and the live projects. And we have a partners as a diversity partner. When you say her second innings, most of our partner understand who you are. So you will not go to the regular line of interview, what you're supposed to be doing, our scorecard and your interview with any of the company. Recently, I was just seeing a message on LinkedIn. I just joined Capgemini. We don't do anything, so people come and then get this kind of a opportunity. So please come and then use these kind of opportunity, and you would be able to look at that and become a mentor again. That's the only one thing we ask. When you get something, please become a mentor. Somebody can just take your input and they can grow. That's all our one ask. Kavita, amazing. We never thought we will have this conversational with ease, a connect of it, but you're amazingly done a very good job. And thanks for sharing all your knowledge with our community. Looking forward to bringing you more and more. And let's have more leaders. And our sincere thanks to Vidya. And I wanted to thank one more person, Prashant Gaddi. I still remember you were talking about him.
Yes.
So hope he is also just looking at this is a one gratitude thanks message for our mentors and the bosses who helped us
Yes.
nicely. Unknowingly we brought it. It's not something we planned and then come across, oh, I was just doing, that person asked me to do it. Is a very important to do the networking some years back, and it just comes handy. So thanks to Prashant, thanks to Vidya for bringing you over here. We are very grateful to have you today with us and looking forward to bring a more Kavita session in our community. Thank you, Kavita.
Thank you, Manjula. Thanks, everybody. I really enjoyed this session and this knowledge sharing and this open conversation. Thank you so much.
Love you so much. Take care and have a good day. Team, just stay tuned, and any help, connect with us. Support at hersecondinnings.com or support at thenextinnings.com. Both the portals you can access and then take a best use of it. Wishing you all the best. Have a good